Burn this thing down, don't you play with me, stay with me. Crashing out right now, it ain't safe for me. Did it with integrity, these boys try to hate on me.
Well, it sounds like crap, right?
No, I mean, I like it.
Because if you didn't like it, well, that obviously means you're fascist and want to ban all black people from singing ever again.
I think today Donald Trump is going to sign an executive order banning black people from halftime.
You're watching Woke of the Week with MRC-TV and Culture. I'm your DEI musician, Justine Brooke Murray. It's time for another guessing game. Can you guess which artist or artist won the most Grammys? The guy who wrote this all on his own?
Anyway the wind blows doesn't really matter to me.
Or this esteemed artist whom, with a team of top writers, rubbed their brain cells together to produce
wet ass make that pull-out game weak.
Wet ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak. P-word. P-word is female genitalia.
And the Grammys went to the female genitalia. This guy won a Grammy once.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby.
But he just couldn't live up to the brilliant artistry of the rapper behind the lyrics. Bitch, I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, and I make a call and get a N-word smacked. That scored her 3 Grammys and $5 million to shake her fupa for Kamala votes. Dolly Parton, who wrote Jolene,
Jolene, Jolene, Jolene, Jolene, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
it's just too outdated to match the level of a woman who won the most Grammys throughout history for wiggling her ass implants to a new and improved rewrite of that country classic, which goes, Jolene, I know I'm a queen, Jolene. I'm still a Creole banshee bitch from Louisiana, don't try me. Do you notice anything wrong here? If you're a little older than me, you may have already caught on when your recollection of John Lennon went from the world-renowned musical legend behind masterpieces like this,
Because the world is round,
to John Legend, a self-congratulating Hollywood product who unironically calls himself that name and expects global applause for phoning it in with woke rewrites that implies we're all rape sympathizers for preferring the original.
I have one more drink.
It's your body and your choice.
If you're my age, be honest with yourself. When Spotify starts playing Thank You the shit, bitch, you ain't even the fart, do you actually think, boy, that's good, give me a whiff of that over and over again? When you go to a party and all you hear is Magumba at full volume on repeat for 3 hours, are you not the slightest bit annoyed, like ever? Like, don't you just want to bang your head against the wall at least once? You don't have to be an old fart at heart or a snobby jazz singer on the side like me to notice good taste is apparently whatever less than subpar music, as well as art, film, and writing being jammed down our throats by pop culture elitists. You were gaslit into accepting the new standard that lowering the bar equals higher the praise. Maybe it's DEI. Maybe it's the corporate pressure to produce as much crap within the shortest time frame. Maybe it's just as stupid as our cultural elitists charging us common Americans with being uncool and unenlightened if we reject their push to redefine the mediocre products of laziness as some deep postmodernist artwork we gluttonous Westerners simply don't understand.
That music sounds like
No, it's just young and hip, so you don't get it, Sharon.
After all, it's easier to race to the bottom than to race to the top. Why Why waste your time and energy trying to create something beautiful when you can skip that line to success by making yourself as nauseating as possible and convincing everyone it's edgy? Like painting on a kabuki face and filming yourself butt humping some dude in a cringy attempt to shock everyone by slapping on some cliche message about how religion is oppressive. Somewhere during our collective subway ride through the early 2000s, we've willingly tolerated the stench of passenger cars and begun to reward the crackheads and bums with billions of dollars and a global platform. Thug music, produced by thugs, gets thugs honored as the world's most renowned composers. Surprise! Suddenly we're shocked our most propped up composers are abusers, alleged sex traffickers, and philosophers like this guy who was rewarded one too many chances at life just to grace us with these intellectual observations.
You can talk about everybody, but the little hat pecker Jew died. Kill a shoot your mama, suck my dick.
Because for so long, we've awarded their soulless diarrhea, no matter how sloppy it is, as the music of the marginalized and misunderstood. Only art produced by the so-called marginalized and third world count as real culture if you don't surrender yourself to the mumblings of a bum pissing and moaning about the very society that gave him his platform.
They judge you, they judge Christ, God speak for women's rights, they judge...
Well, you're just one of those bland white folk who have no culture. You know, like those European types whose mediocre performances like these pale in comparison to the masterpieces like Wet Ass Put. Bach. Who's Bach? Wasn't he some ancient white dude who wrote tunes for rich colonizing snobs? Screw him. Musical geniuses before our very eyes. The soulless grunting and ass protrusion droning on through every medium imagined and real. It's not like old snobs like Taco Bell, well, what's his name? Pocket Bell wrote the basis seemingly regurgitated by every pop song hundreds of years later.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories.
Classical music, as my history of music professor told us, is nothing more than a European ethnocentric term. Who are we to say that hitting stuff with sticks and hopping up and down can't also be considered classical? That's why my entire class has to pay a lifetime of student loans to cover an entire semester of doing this. And when Jazz Week rolls around, a lesson I anticipated the most, we were taught Sinatra and the likes of the American Songbook weren't actually jazz. The Rat Pack was just a bunch of privileged white dudes who colonized true jazz. It doesn't matter those dudes were the black singers like Nat King Cole or Johnny Mathis or Ella Fitzgerald who made the American Songbook great. The American Songbook was American and therefore evil. Like the rest of our musical elites who resort to the talents of minorities to the thuggery of rap, every genre was taught as nothing greater than a postmodern hokey pokey displayed in that performance. Leave our professor to be a white, virtue-signaling, fartsy type, like the bird ladies hired as entertainments for every annual Davos forum.
Thank you for watching. Ooh.
That wraps today's episode. Make sure you tune into my show every week where I bring you the left's most insane moments and expose their latest attempts to weaken the West. Then hit the like on YouTube, plus on Rumble, follow us on social media, comment below what you think, and don't cave to the leftist media agenda. If you like the work we do here at MRC, please consider donating at mrc.org/donate. It's the best way to help our movement. Thanks for joining us!